What is up, YouTube family? So this is an interesting topic, and it's you need to be super aware as to how people are trying to control you, to see the world from their point of view. And it's fine if someone is a high conscious or an awake person and they're trying to convince you or see the world from their lens. That's fine. But if an unconscious person or a person who is lower consciousness than you is trying to do that, which I did realize, because the therapist was actually, I mean, she's Indian, and it was funny because she actually did a very good job to be super like subtle about it. And I'll give you a bit of brief. So basically, she realized that I'm a hippie at heart, like I want to be free. So then she was like trying to gaslight me, where she's like basically framing me, um, or asking me if I don't need money to survive, all that stuff. And then by the end of it, so we were basically there because I am 28, I'm single right now, I don't have a girlfriend or a wife, and that bothers my parents, that gives them anxiety because society has convinced them that their child needs to be married at 28. And I just don't see it that way. Like, I know I'm not wrong. I am okay with being single at 28. I know I'm not wrong, but because my parents can't control their anxiety, they took me to a counselor to convince me. And the counselor is like, she's telling me the benefits of getting married. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm not against marriage, it's just that I don't want to rush into things. I want to feel inspired to get married. But that's not the point. The point of the video is that there is nothing right or wrong in this world. People will, people from all different cultures and religions will try to convince you whatever their religion taught them, which they blindly believed. But if you ask me, things that were wrong in India were not as wrong as in Australia, right? So what that tells us is there is no right and wrong. And if you truly meditate on this, if you truly think about this, where, there's no rule book to life. What is the purpose of life? Have you thought about this? The purpose of life is whatever you make it, right? That's the purpose of life. You don't, I mean, what is the definition of success? There is no definition of success. Success is whatever, it's subjective, it's very relative, it's relative to each and every individual. And a big part of spirituality, or a big part of waking up from the system, from the conditioning, is just seeing things for yourself, right? And the paradigm or the level that I'm at, I don't want to get into a traditional Indian marriage, because then the wife is going to have certain expectations of me, and maybe I have different dreams. It's okay to not align with what your parents or what your siblings or what your partner wants from you. Because, look, I am trying to make you free. I am trying to make you spiritually free, free in the mind. And a big part of that is you might have to be alone for a while until you meet people who are on the same vibe, on the same frequency. Now, obviously, being in the right location, in the right countries, in the right cities help to meet like-minded people. But that's the truth of it. That's just how it is. And the younger generation, especially the Gen Z in India now, they're very practical and they're very okay with, just how things are they are very good at accepting. I mean, there's consequences to everything, right? Like, if I say I want to be free, and that means I'm, that means that I don't get the good side of committed marriage. So that what that means is there's good sides to everything. There's positives and negatives to everything, but you gotta be super careful as to how your boss or your parents or your partner is trying to convince you, because everyone is trying to push their agenda. Everyone is trying to just convince you as to how they are right, because then they have power over you, and they, when you do things your partner's way or your parents way, it relaxes them, because it just it eases their anxiety, their worry, their tension. And but then it's not your problem, right? If someone is getting anxiety, if your partner is getting anxiety because of something that you are doing, it's your partner's fault, it's not your fault. Because if you are doing it from a conscious and aware place and you're communicating that thing, how is that wrong? If your partner has a certain set of beliefs which are cultural or which are like religious, and if you don't subscribe to those beliefs, then they need to wake up, right? Like, all the spiritual teachers, all Buddha, Jesus, Osho, Mahavir, everyone was trying, every enlightened person was trying to wake us up from unconsciousness, wake us up from our sleep. That's why I fucking meditate. I meditate because even with this YouTube channel, right? Like, my what I truly want to speak about, or what I truly want to do, is make people free, and is to make people awake. But then I also get caught into like personal development and helping people with habits and stuff, which is like a alternative personality. It's like the ego wants to do that because that kind of content is sellable on YouTube. But this is what I truly want to speak about, because I guess every person who woke up tried to wake other people up, because that's just that's who that's what God wants for you. That's because when you are woken up, you're the closest to God. God is not somewhere up in the sky. God is within us. God is just an energy. God is an energy of existence, an energy of freedom. And when you are in that energy, you just want to be free, and you just want to feel calm and grounded and peaceful. And when you speak your truth, the people who are not aligned with you will fall off from your life, and the people who are on the same frequency will come closer to you, right? And it's just a matter and fact of accepting that. We just gotta be, when I look at nature, like, nature doesn't try to control everything, right? Then why do us humans try to control every relationship, every outcome, every game, every it's the ego, you know because from a spiritual lens, the spirit, or your higher self, your soul, when we try to live from that or speak from that, I can notice the difference in myself when I'm speaking from like my lower identity or my ego, which is this body that I am in, this body, and whatever I've identified, this Anirudh. But then my higher self, my spirit, it's a part of something greater, right? And the spirit is here just to integrate with that again, to become one with that again. But then we put all these roadblocks, and the ego wants to keep you safe, because freedom is scary. not everyone can handle freedom. Like, if I leave my job right now, I would have the whole day, and what am I gonna do with that? I'm sure I can make more videos, I can do trading, this and that, but just freedom is scary because it's unfamiliar, it's unpredictable, right? And yeah, this is all I wanted to say in this video. I hope my message, I'll get better and better at passing on my message, at helping you wake up, maybe become more hippie. And this channel is not for everyone, man, because not everyone is gonna wake up in this lifetime. Not everyone who is supposed to be enlightened, because if everyone becomes enlightened, then who's gonna make the fucking fries? Who's gonna do shitty jobs for just for money? Because if everyone starts following their passion, then we would have very few people who would do the things which other more aware smart people don't want to do. See it that way.